Hi everybody, and welcome to your new moon pick a card reading for October 21st, 2025. This will be a new moon happening at 4 degrees Libra in sidereal astrology in the Untitled Chapter, and this is known as the solitary star. It is ruled by Mars with the characteristic of strength, hard work, depth, brilliance, and intuition. Its ruler is Vishwakarma, the architect of heaven. So this is all about creation, craftsmanship, creativity, working with your hands perhaps. But the symbol of this new moon is going to be the pearl, and the color is black. The animal associated with it is a female tiger. And we also do have Mars conjunct Mercury in the same sign of Libra in the later degrees for this new moon. So a lot of masculine firepower. Fire and air complement each other as this takes place in the air sign of Libra. All right, so we have 3 piles to choose from. I'll put timestamps down below as usual. And pile 1, we have Gnosis, number 75. Pile 2, we have the empty room, number 42. And pile 3, we have number 67, the stone. So pause if you need to. Otherwise, I'll see you in your selected pile. Hi, pile number 1, you chose Gnosis, number 75. I believe this card came up for one of the signs in my October sign readings or the full moon reading. I can't remember. But if you got that card previously this month, this is just a confirmation of that message. And the title is Innermost Knowing Mystic Truths. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures and scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that arises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies like involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling, not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip toward mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you to study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Well, we do have the support of Mars during this new moon, which is fire and passion, and the urgency to take action. So perhaps you are using your gifts, your knowledge, your experience to build something at this time. Let's find out more from our tarot. We do have the Prince of Swords, more air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. The mind is racing, full of ideas and thoughts. We have the Seven of Swords, futility, that's Moon in Libra. So another air sign. And then we have the Ace of Wands, so that fiery, passionate beginning. It looks like maybe you've struggled to get started. Maybe disciplining the mind is something you need to work on, spending more time allocating tasks, organizing your thoughts, trying to funnel them into one concrete idea as opposed to having so many pots boiling on the stove. There's one that you, in particular, that you're going to be able to focus and hone in on here, and that will be the ticket there, the Ace of Wands. The inspiration to say, no, none of these other ones are going to do, or how can I weave all of these thoughts into one master thought or project? So I believe the Prince of Swords, yeah, it's the Page of Swords. So it's a new idea. It's an idea in its infancy, or there's not a lot of experience in this area, and maybe you're going to have to do a lot of research there with the Seven of Swords as well. Cut through the deception in order to see the truth about something. Using your keen insight and sharp mind to cut away everything that's a distraction. And underneath I do have Mercury here, think, learn, network, communicate. So I think mind is your biggest resource at this time, and this is teaching you to discipline it. And you finally, maybe you're making connections, you're networking with people, again, learning new things, expanding your mind, and growing an idea. And we have Aries here to complement the fire, independence, bravery, and passion. That Mars energy, Mars rules the nakshatra Chitra, where this new moon takes place. So you have that masculine force to your advantage. This is all air and fire here. You're going to be very productive for the next lunar cycle, for the next 28 days. Maybe you're starting a new fitness routine. Health could still be important for you. I mean, Aries rules the body and the head, which contains the mind, of course. But there is something you are determined to follow through with, which is great. Certainly no lack of motivation here for pile number 1. I think there's a confidence that came here too with the Gnosis. It's like something, and the Page of Swords, it's like it was new at one point, but now it's like you've been doing this long enough to where you recognize you have the skill and the discernment in order to see it through. And so you finally go for it. Let's see if there's any messages from the Journey deck. And getting this started before Mercury turns retrograde, I think it's November 11th. I'll have to check into that when I do my monthly readings. But yeah, take the leap. You're definitely ready to move. You have the faith. And then we have awaken. So something's being awakened in you. Maybe again, that motivation. It's like you're waking up. It's like a big jolt of coffee in the morning. Something's definitely bringing you to life. Your ideas and ambition. Something's very inspired. It has you very inspired this month. And maybe this is something that's also meant to awaken several other people. I mean, Uranus is the great awakener, right? And I think it's still retrograde. But when that, this whole 6 months where it's retrograde is going to be a time frame in which you see your ideas having an effect on other people. You're able to network and get that influence out to them, or your thoughts light a match, for somebody else. It's like when you light 2 candles and you're holding them together to pass on that flame. Your passion is going to become several other people's passion as well. I mean, Mercury also rules Gemini and Virgo. Mercury rules the Magician card. So again, you have the power at your fingertips here. In your hands, we have the ruler of this nakshatra, and this new moon is the architect of heaven. So what are you building with your great ideas? And let's get an alchemy card to complement this, see what it is we're working on. Okay, Jupiter. We have Jupiter entering Cancer at 0 degrees in sidereal, and that's going to happen October 18th. So just 3 days before this new moon. Maybe perhaps you have natal placements in sidereal Cancer that are going to be activated by Jupiter. This is just the beginning, though. It's only going to be there until December 5th, until it backs up again into Gemini. But either way, Jupiter expands everything it touches, and we talked about taking an idea and building a network. So expanding communication, your word is getting out there, your ideas are spreading like wildfire. And Jupiter is also a great benefic. It's a planet of luck and prosperity. You might see a great deal of material wealth manifest as a result of this action that you're taking. Because when you take action, the universe is going to respond based on what that action is. Okay, a moon card for pile 1, please. Oh, new beginnings, so the new moon. This is definitely your pile to start. This is your sign to walk through the gateway there. And underneath we have gratitude. Again, be grateful for all the blessings you receive. And that's what Jupiter does, givers gain. So if you've been giving a lot of yourself or putting yourself out there, there's reward that's going to come to you. But always, again, the more you're grateful for what you already have, the more blessings are going to come through for you. But doors are opening. I mean, where do we get the word architecture? The arc. So building a new arc, a new story arc for yourself even. Okay, let's see if we can get animal medicine. Oh, the swan. Okay, so yeah, the ugly duckling. The person who didn't know that they were actually a beautiful swan, but just because they didn't fit in with the other ducks, they thought there was something wrong with them, only to turn out that they're more beautiful and brilliant than they could have ever known. So that could be part of your process of awakening to your gifts, to yourself, and the experiences that you've gathered, which has mounted and culminated into this gnosis that you're able to transmute into a new beginning, an idea, something that is finally given you the passion and drive to pursue a change that you want to see in the world. Okay, so the title of the card is Grace. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it does talk about transformation, as I mentioned. But if you pulled Swan, it ushers in a time of altered states of awareness and of development of your intuitive abilities. Swan medicine people have the ability to see the future, to surrender to the power of Great Spirit, and to accept the healing and transformation of their lives. The Swan card is telling you to accept your ability to know what lies ahead. If you are resisting your self-transformation, relax. It will be easier if you go with the flow. Stop denying that you know who is calling when the phone rings. Pay attention to your hunches and your gut knowledge, and honor your female intuitive sign. It's an interesting balanced aspect to the masculine fire and air energy we have, that go, 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 that drive, that passion. I'm going to make this and this happen. And this is telling you that you still need a balanced downtime, that feminine energy, to rest, relax, be intuitive, because that's when the messages come to you that are going to awaken. Because, and also go with the flow. Maybe if you're trying too hard in one direction and maybe you're stubborn, Aries tends to do that. Be hard-headed and try to butt up against resistance, and they'll try to keep pushing. And this is telling you to pull back from that. That's not the way. There's an easier way. So the path of least resistance is where your attention goes, energy flows. It's not gonna, so make sure you're focusing again on, we have those many solutions here in the Seven of Swords. It's called futility, and even it's like the resistance is futile, right? Assimilate, and but the futility of trying something over and over again and it not working is what the definition of insanity. So maybe this is offering you a new opportunity, a different solution, or a different way of seeing or doing things that's more aligned with the Swan medicine. It's transformative. It's a new way to a new beginning, a new perspective. That's going to be the easier solution. All right, I was going to shuffle this ancestor card deck, and the Medicine Mother came out right away. Honor your inner knowing. Gnosis is what started this reading. So again, trust your intuitive side. Your feminine side still has a voice and needs to be heard in this process. Could also have to do with that healing, transformative healing with the Medicine Mother there. Oh, and Jupiter entering Cancer, which is the 4th house of home and family, and then ruled by the mother. And Sagittarius is ruled by the father. So it may be talking about switching gears from, again, that masculine energy to a more feminine flow state, receptive energy. Oh, and Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces, where we have Saturn and Neptune right now in a conjunction. Interesting, though. We're back to this message. The message is take action. Do what you know you need to do. That's why the Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the ace, the number 1, fire. Do what you need to do. Mother always knows best, they say, and it's true. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful, and this Medicine Mother has gone through many ups and downs. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and want to give up. So the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes and get it wrong sometimes. It's okay for things to come to an end. It's not an end to the world. It's just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. We have new beginnings here to support that. The Medicine Mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to suffer. You're here to be supported and to support others. That's where the networking and communication came in, too. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next step forward. There's an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. Become the swan. Transmute it. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been using delaying tactics or holding back, but now you are being guided to take action. I mentioned in that 7 of Swords, scattered mind, scattered thoughts, lots of distractions. And you can be cutting those cords now before this new moon to really focus on yourself and what it is you want to do or what you envision for yourself. Okay. Action requires courage, but your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step. When you do, the next one will be presented to you. So one day at a time. Don't overthink it. Don't try to rush through it or force anything. It will come. All right, final messages from your angels. And we have synthesis. All right, so yeah, blending the dark with the light. That's like the art card or temperance. Sagittarius. Funny I mentioned that earlier. But a combination. It's painting with all the colors. Celebration. Yeah, absolutely. Celebrate a new beginning. Or if something recently released or fell out of your life, it's making room for you to create. And then we have expectancy, which has to do with receiving gifts and expecting blessings to come through that portal. for your new beginning. And then we have purpose coming out again. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, Pile 1. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, Pile number 2. You chose number 42, The Empty Room. And it seems quite fitting for a new moon, a blank slate, a clear and empty beginning. We have the vortex, the abyss, the nothing. The empty room haunts us all. It is the universal and all too frequent feeling of lack, of wanting, of the craving to fill ourselves with something, anything. We too often attempt to remedy the discomfort of the empty room by any means necessary, leading us to a culture of more. Ironically, the empty room is filled to the brim with potential, yet we perceive it as not enough. This card is a cry for patience, for sitting with the barren walls of not knowing, for awaiting true vision and purpose before attaching to what we should do next to save our outward appearance. Be with the nothingness, be with the impatience. The empty room has immense power. Let others wonder what you are doing. If you can settle into the magic of emptiness, you will soon hear its whispers of wisdom. All right, let's expand upon this and see what your tarot cards have to say. We have the universe, so that is the definite end of a cycle, a release point, completion. So 21 is actually half of 42. That's interesting. And then we have prudence, number 8, the sun in Virgo, your work. And then pleasure, the 6 of cups, 8-6, 86, to get rid of something coming to a close. You could be retiring, changing careers, finishing up a project. If this isn't really resonating for you, maybe check another pile. But it's like once you're done with something and you've enjoyed it, it's like, what do you do now? You're moving on to your next challenge. You start over. There's a new emptiness, a new void in your life. Maybe you just sent your kids off to college. You know, it's like, well, what do I do now? It's like the empty nest thing I'm getting. Maybe you have time and energy now to pick up a hobby or volunteer or do work that you actually enjoy rather than something that might have been taxing on you or too difficult. I don't know what was underneath the deck because I started shuffling it again, but I stopped here and I got the Hanged Man. So maybe, again, something that you've been sacrificing, and that's number 12, the Mirror of 21. So a sacrifice or a difficult situation, it feels like that's coming to an end. Stagnancy, we're ready to start over. All right, let's get an alchemy card to add to this some more, see what you're working on. So we're in the lightning phase, the leucosis. Yeah, this is the second stage, the dark, the white, the yellow, and the red. So this is talking about, again, the completion of a phase with the world, something wrapping up and giving birth to something new here. It's like just when you think you're done, when you're finished something, there's more work to do. And this card is signified by the number 13, which is traditionally the death card in the tarot. It's called perfectionism, facade, or hesitation. The stage of leucosis is a complex topic in alchemy. On the one hand, it represents purification of the materials. On the other hand, it's the phase in which the alchemist may mistake the work as complete. On the surface, everything seems perfect, pristine, well thought through, and quite complete. In actuality, the alchemist has been tricked by their own facade of perfection. Their work has hardly begun. Righteousness and fear are the great errors of leucosis. This card arrives to remind us to get our hands dirty. No one is separate from or above anyone else. Rather, every alchemist is a kid in the laboratory tinkering away with the elements of their life. No more fretting over your next move, fearing how others will perceive you. It's time to crack open, become who you really are. The world needs your true colors. So yeah, I definitely see your role, how you present yourself to the world, how people see you is changing. This could be a recent transformation that you've undergone physically, you know, maybe a makeover or a health change that's modified the appearance of your body in some way. But it's time to take it to the next level. It's like, okay, I'm done with this challenge. I'm done with this road. Nope, there's more work to do. But maybe after a brief pause of reflection of the work, you know, reflecting on the work that you've done, it's like, okay, what's next? And for that, we'll go to the journey cards. Pile 2, what's next? Okay, gratitude. Being grateful for both sunshine and rain. You need both to make the rainbow. Clarity. Okay, yeah, well, whatever it is, your mind, emptying your mind will lead you to inspiration. Some of you might have been drawn to pile 1. We have courage. All right, so Leo, the courage to start a fire, to your thoughts spread like wildfire. Courage, clarity, and gratitude. Okay. And the present. So staying present is going to help you a lot. Oh, this fell open too. Follow your bliss. Obviously, we talked about that in the Six of Cups with the pleasure card. So the present and gratitude makes me think of a gift. Whether you possess this gift already or you're given a gift of clarity or courage, inspiration. Underneath the deck, we have abundance. There is no lack here. Even though the room is empty, again, it's full of potential, but we perceive it as not enough. An astronomy card for you, or astrology card. Pile 2. All right, Cancer, nurture, comfort, and protect. So that's another water sign. What is that? Scorpio, I believe. Sun in Scorpio. Now we have Cancer. Could have to do with the home or working in a home or just caring for other people. And then Square, a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. So it's not an easy road. Again, when you think the work is done, you're presented with a new challenge, but squares promote or preempt change. And it just so happens that we have Jupiter moving into Cancer at 0 degrees 3 days before this new moon. And it's forming a square to the Sun that just moved into Libra, which has to do with our partnerships and relationships. So there could be a coming together with somebody in order to overcome a difficult problem. Two minds together may come up with a better solution. Getting somebody else to look at it, like if you're an artist and you're working on a painting, sometimes you can be overcritical or you've been staring at it too long and you need an outside perspective, somebody to give you feedback. And I feel like that might be coming in for you during this time. Somebody to bounce your ideas off of. All right, for your wisdom cards, we have opportunity, knocks, go for it. So there's got to be a door on this empty room, right, that leads to the empty room. And then we have letting go, learn to let go. Just as the sand slips through the hourglass here, time's passing, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. But letting go of something is making space. Maybe some of you literally need to clean out your house or your attic or your basement or something. You need to create space for this new opportunity to come in. And some of you may actually need to make, like I said, space in your little home here. It could be for a family member or somebody moving in or out. Or you yourself could be letting go of a home in its entirety. Relocating. And your Queen of the Moon card is release, number 27. Release and let go. Make space for growth underneath. All right. There's 2 cards that ended up with butterflies on them, so there's some definite transformation as we move into Scorpio season here in November in sidereal astrology. So with this present card here, it's again letting go of the past and staying present, looking forward to the future, and it's an empty room of opportunity once you learn to release. And the Hanged Man even showing up here. It's like you don't have to put yourself in this position anymore. You've done the work. It's time to come down from the tree. You've learned what you needed to from that situation, and now we can let go of it. Okay. A message from your angels, please, your ancestors. All right, Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Very important so you don't run away with your thoughts or your anxiety or your depression or whatever your mind is doing to make, you feel less in control. Because that's part of the process. You have to give up control, but staying grounded, staying present is going to help you with this transition. And then we have the Shaman, trust in higher forces. So there's a lot of trust needed this month from you, Pile 2, that even though you may not see clearly where you're going or you've never been there before, it's asking you to have faith and let go of any hesitation, or because that's why courage came up here too. It's going to take a lot of courage to let go of whatever it is that you've been holding on to. Cancer's notorious for that. If you have that strong in your chart, they're the crab. Once they grab on to something, they don't let go. So could be a difficult lesson to learn here. All right, and your animal medicine card that came out was the eagle, number 1. And the title of this card is Spirit. Eagle, fly high, touch great spirit, share your medicine, touch me, honor me, so that I may know you too. If you pulled this symbol, eagle is reminding you to take heart and gather your courage, for the universe is presenting you with an opportunity to soar above the mundane levels of your life. The power of recognizing this opportunity may come in the form of a spiritual test. In being astute, you may recognize the places within your soul, personality, emotions, or psyche that need bolstering or refinement. By looking at the overall tapestry, Eagle teaches you to broaden your sense of self beyond the horizon of what is presently available. In learning to fiercely attack your personal fear of the unknown, the wings of your soul will be supported by the ever-present breezes, which are the breath of the Great Spirit. So release and trust in spirit and higher forces. Feed your body, but more importantly, feed your soul. Within the realm of Mother Earth and Father Sky, the dance that leads to flight involves the conquering of fear and the willingness to join in the adventure that you are co-creating with the divine. If Eagle has majestically soared into your cards, you're being put on notice to reconnect with the element of air. Air is of the mental plane. This new moon's in Libra, the air sign. In this instance, it is of the higher mind. Wisdom comes in many strange and curious forms and is always related to the creative force of the Great Spirit. If you've been walking in the shadows of former realities, Eagle brings illumination. Eagle teaches you to look higher and touch Grandfather Sun with your heart, to love the shadow as well as the light. See the beauty in both, and you will take flight like the eagle. Eagle medicine is a gift we give ourselves to remind us of the freedom of the skies. Eagle asks you to give yourself permission to legalize freedom and to follow the joy your heart desires. It's not how I started the reading with the pleasure card, right? It's like you're done with working either a job you hate or that drains your soul in order for pleasure. The 6, something you enjoy. So it might take courage to release that juicy paycheck into getting, something that feeds your soul more than your bank account. All right, pile 2. Let's wrap this up with a few messages from your angels. We have awakening. Wisdom. That's what the eagle's about, right? The air. Contentment. Again, I think gratitude showed up for you. Yeah. Being thankful for what we have and how far we've come. And inspiration. Yeah. It's on the horizon, great. Yeah. And once you release and make space, I think you'll find yourself inspired to create beyond this new moon. All right. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for tuning in. Take care. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose number 77, the stone. So you might be seeing repeating 7s lately, but the title of this card is the Eternal, the Anchor, the Rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go, therefore it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. So some of you might actually be working with crystals, stones, grounding exercises and meditations, or just walking barefoot, putting your feet in flowing water, or salt baths, because crystals are sort of stony, aren't they? Anyway, let's see what your tarot cards can expand upon with this. The Ace of Swords, okay. 6 of Coins, success in this deck. And the Lovers, another 6. So 6s and 7s. Isn't that the name of a gambling game? An old one? But success. It feels like good luck and fortune coming through for you. This is Moon and Taurus. So it has to do with the earth element. We have the Ace of Swords representing Libra, where this new moon takes place. It could be a breakthrough in success or a successful love, partnership, union. Somebody is your rock, your stone, or you could be receiving a stone on your finger. Not for everybody, but it feels like, yes, you have equality, balance, partnership, and stability in your current circumstance, whether that be at your job, in your partnership, but there's somebody you can rely on, or you are that rock for somebody else. The Lovers is also, used to be called the Choice card. So there, you chose success definitively with the Ace of Swords. Whatever you put your mind to, you saw through to the end until it was successful. And you may now also be attracting the attention of potential suitors or like-minded individuals that resonate with the success. They look at you and go, how do I get what you have? Show me the way. And you might be able to teach them here with your sword of truth. But people want to hear what you have to say. They want to know your secrets. Let's get your alchemy card to extend upon this. So we got number 59, the red and white rose. Okay, rose is often given in relationships to express love. But here, let's read about the meaning. It's vital force arising and awakening. It looks like the Kundalini serpent rising from the base root chakra. So that is like the stone, it's stable. It's a firm foundation to grow from. And this says, in a vital force arising, awakening. In the laboratory, the merging of the red and white is an exquisite moment. It means something is coming to life before the alchemist's eyes. The pristine white of the rose is not threatened by the blood red pigment. Their mixing does not make pink. Rather, each color remains vibrantly itself, expressing its message. Like the rod of Asclepius, representing health and vitality, the Flos Sapientum appears to signify the awakening of the physical as a gateway to the spiritual. Without the body, spiritual teachings remain conceptual, not yet integrated into the everyday. This card encourages the alchemist to honor the body as a temple each and every day, observing it, listening to it, mining it for information and guidance. At its height, this card signifies a mastery, a uniting a body to serve the soul's purpose, as seen in the like of dancers, athletes, and during the birth process. So pile 3, again, it feels like you have some firm footing. You have a solid foundation on which to grow from. Previous success will lead to future success. And it looks like, again, you have a complementary partner. This person's not imposing on your energy, and it's not mixing with yours. You're both unique and complementary to one another. It's not going to interfere with your energy, but rather accentuate it, accelerate it. And with this full moon being in Libra, the 7th house of partnerships, it is probably a good time to partner up with somebody if you're looking to do that. Okay, let's get a Queen of the Moon card for you. Okay, we have the Void, the Dark Moon, number 1. So this is the new moon. And you had the Ace of Swords, another 1. You're somebody's number 1. But yeah, that's a brand new beginning. Okay, so it's titled The Void. Your time to rest and reset is here. Release all that does not serve you. Stop resisting. The void is a time of possibility, not just darkness. There's nothing to fear in letting go of negative patterns and habits, so let go of the old. I freely release what I no longer need. Some of you might be called to pile 2. Watch that if you'd like. While the full moon, full and attractive power, gets all the publicity, the dark moon, which offers an infinite possibilities of a clean slate, is just as powerful in its own way. The dark moon often looks just like a darker piece of the night sky, and in some cultures, the way it appears harkens back to the idea of the void. It is a place of unknowable secrets, a state of everything and nothing, or a place to prepare or rest before moving on. To me personally, there's a relieving, restful quality about the darkest moon that allows pondering and decisions about what we can jettison before making fresh plans for the new moon, which is the next day. If you find yourself resisting the dark moon, it is usually a clear sign that you are being stubborn about letting go of something that is old and not serving you in a positive way any longer. Often there is a fear or pattern that was created to protect you in some way. However, now it is outdated, yet you are still carrying it out or acting it out. Know that this moon is powerful, but it is also incredibly gentle in the way it helps you unravel what actually is so you can embrace the fresh start of tomorrow. Relax, reframe, and think about how much better your life will be without that bad habit, fear, or pattern. Get very clear about the possibilities of this transformation and what it will give you in real terms. This is the power of the dark moon. It is the optimum time in the cycle to release the old and cut the cords of relationships and traumas that deserve no time and attention in your present. The companion stone or metal is jet black. So Again, the ace is emphasizing a new start, but this is also clarity that's coming to you. I feel a sense of power, personal power, and assurance. Like I feel confident about my choice, about choosing me or choosing to release something. Maybe it was a toxic pattern or person or job or situation, but you're giving yourself, you're giving to yourself first. And that's what's making you a stronger person from the ground up. Let's get some advice from our journey card for pile 3. Okay, we have seasons. Well, the sun just moved into Libra in sidereal astrology on the 17th of October, but tropical will tell you the autumn equinox was September 22nd. Equally valid, we are in a new time frame, a new season, the next phase of life, hence the void and the ace showing up together as new beginnings. And some people are in your life for a season, other people are in your life for a day, a week, or a lifetime. So maybe this is cutting cords with a season of your life. You might be moving from the spring into the fall of your life as you age, or fall to winter. And I don't think I have many summer viewers. Let's see. It's the next phase in your evolution. And, yep. This fell down on the ground. Your beacon, if that wasn't a bright enough star, you know, the Ace of Swords kind of reiterates that. It looks like a crown too, right? And this rules the mind, wisdom. It's like your beacon is your mind, is your mindset, or how you see the world. There's a definite light that you carry that is attracting, like I said, partnerships or offers. And that might actually lead to your success. So I'm going to take your animal totem card. Let's see, your animal medicine for pile 3, please. What animal medicine? Okay, the badger flipped over, number 29. So 9 plus 2 is another 11. All right, so it's titled Aggressiveness, and it says, until you reach your goal, know the inner power that lives in your soul. I mentioned some kind of determination that you focused your mind on in order to reach that level of success. So it looks like you were definitely unable to be taken off your path or distracted from it. You had one goal in mind and you made that happen. Okay, so Badger is vicious and attacks with powerful aggression. Badger is quick to anger and quicker to pounce. The power of Badger's medicine is aggressiveness and the willingness to fight for what it wants. The very thought of facing Badger makes other animals run for cover. Like Skunk, Badger's reputation precedes it. Its hissing fangs will tear less aggressive opponents to shreds. Badger is a medicine of many powerful medicine women, for Badger is also the keeper of the medicine roots. Badger sees all the roots of Mother Earth's healing herbs hanging in its burrow home. These roots are a key to aggressive healing. Roots can ground negative energy into the earth by allowing illness to pass through a body into the ground as neutral energy. We started with the stone for this reading. Badger medicine people are quick to act in a crisis and they do not panic. If Badger is a part of your medicine, you are quick to express your feelings and you do not care what the consequences are. Badger people oftentimes insist on carrying the ball for the touchdown. This attitude, however, does not endear them to their teammates. Badger medicine may also point to the aggressive healer who will have the courage to use unconventional means to exact a cure. Like the mother who sits for days nursing a child with a high fever, Badger is willing to persist. Badger people can be vicious gossips or may exhibit a chip-on-the-shoulder syndrome if they are out of balance. You can be sure that people with Badger medicine will be aggressive enough to make it to the tops of their chosen field because they do not give up. They are also the finest healers because they will use any and all methods to ensure healing and will not give up on the critically ill. A Badger person is often the boss and the one that everyone fears. That same boss will surely keep any company afloat. Badger gets the job accomplished. Badger's certainty is a source of strength. If Badger pushed its way into your cards today, it may be telling you that you have been too meek in trying to reach some goal. Badger asks you how long you're willing to sit and wait for the world to deliver your silver spoon. In this medicine, the key is to become aggressive enough to do something about your present state of affairs. Badger is teaching you to get angry in a creative way and say, I won't take it anymore. You must follow up by keeping your eye on the goal. Honor the healing process as you express those inner feelings. Be aggressive, but don't cut others to ribbons on the way. That is too much aggression. Use your anger to stop your lolling around so that your doldrums of apathy are a thing of the past. Badger is a powerful medicine when properly used for self-improvement. Remember that Badger may be signaling a time when you can use your healing abilities to push ahead in life. Heal yourself by aggressively removing the barriers that don't grow corn. Cut away the dead wood and use Badger's aggression to seek new levels of expression. Use Badger's medicine roots to keep grounded and centered in the process. So once again, we're focusing firmly on our roots, on staying firm in your beliefs, and building in one place as opposed to moving around a lot. But it looks like you're definitely investing in putting your roots down, because that keeps coming, and this root chakra being raised up. It's like this is paying off now because you made a choice and stuck to it and didn't let anybody compromise your integrity or your decision making. And yes, some people might be put off by your aggressiveness, your competitiveness, or it's probably just their jealousy, you know, coming out in that their own distaste for you. So haters are going to hate, but, you know, let them. It's like you've got your eye on the prize. All right, we've got Earth Mother, more Earth medicine coming in, feeling loved and comforted. Something is also taking shape, maturing, more Earth energy, green, Medicine Guardian, be open to healing information. We talked about Badger being a powerful healer as well. You could be healing feminine energy within yourself or in a partnership. Okay. Okay, let's get a astrology card for you. We have Leo, that's a fire energy, passion, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. And Aries, another fire sign. So independence, bravery, and passion. So that could be that aggressiveness, that aggressive nature coming out. But it feels like you've tempered it within you with the Six of Coins starting this reading. That is typically depicted as a set of scales, equal give and receive. I think you've mastered that kind of aggression and learned how to channel it or focus it, or this is your opportunity to do so. And then we have under the deck Scorpio, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. So it's about death and rebirth. We're coming into that season of the underground, and there's a snake pictured there, shedding of the skin. There's already more snake showing up here with the red and white rose as well. So that could be something you're seeing a lot of. All right, and fire, I'm done. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. So we know you have a lot of fire. You have a lot of desire to push forward. You might be called, if you're called to pile one, go ahead and watch that. And let's wrap this up with a couple of messages from your angels, please, for pile 3. All right, we have grace. Moving with grace. Awakening. Either a fire in yourself, your own kundalini, or awakening that power in other people. And we have power. I can't believe Yep. The Emperor. It looks like the Emperor card there, which is Aries. Again, you could have strong placements there. And spontaneity. Okay. All right, pile 3. This is all that I'm seeing for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you appreciated this reading. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.